It is a Tuesday, so you know what that means. It is the traditional afternoon express cook-along. But today we're taking it all the way to India, honey. And if you would like to be cooking along with us, just head over to our website. Now we've got Sadika here, and Sadika, you have decided, you're not going to come alone. You are going to have the family well represented by bringing on your husband. Now, how proud are you, Hermit, when you do see your wife in such a stance and taking over such kitchens?
I am overwhelmed. I am truly overwhelmed. You know, the thing that what I normally experience and I take sometimes for granted, and I'm sharing her now with South Africa.
Absolutely.
And her techniques, her skills, that just blows us away.
Superior.
Yeah.
Now let's get into all the superior quality of everything that you're whipping up here. So we've got our sides, we've got our protein ready, but now this is something else, alternatives essentially that you can add.
And again, I think I am a side addict because I end up eating the sides before the main. But now this dish could even be a main. Okay. So remember, multiple dietary requirements at a table, but you want to make everyone feel so at home. This is a vegetarian dish, gluten-free. If you were to swap out the ghee for some oil, canola oil, vegan. So we're going to make a matar pulao, which is a rice dish, but it's the rice boiled in the spices, which is different. So you're not going to boil the rice and then put it in. You're going to actually boil it in the flavored spicy liquid. And then on your side, Chef Tumi and Hemant, you're going to be making one of my personal favorites. It's a watermelon and mint and chili salad. So really easy. Get your watermelon. You can even buy it pre-cubed if you're in a rush. And it's literally putting everything together. So getting that watermelon out and cubed. Well, Chef Tumi, if you don't mind, chopping up some mint, some chili, again, master of your own heat. For this one, I like a bit of heat.
Okay.
So I think 2 chilies would definitely do. And then for this, you're not going to finely chop the red onion. You want that red onion to pop out in thin, fine slices.
Okay.
And then at the end, you're going to add to sweetness and add sour because Indian food is all about that layering. Here we're layering more freshness. Freshly squeezed lemon, a little bit of sugar to contrast that flavor. And you've got a sweet watermelon as well. Then the penultimate, toasted almonds.
Wow.
So you got crunch, you've got sweet, you've got heat, you've got texture.
Just whilst we're on those roasted almonds, you decided that you're gonna skimp out on the goat's cheese, because I have seen this recipe, especially within Durban, and people adding their different types of cheeses, specifically goat's cheese. But today you're using the almonds. Now, why specifically that, and what flavor elevation happens when you're now enjoying it?
So generally in Indian food, the one cheese that is very common is paneer. So you could perhaps roast some paneer, and it's homemade cheese. It's like a cottage cheese or a ricotta cheese. But generally in Indian cuisine, you wouldn't find a cheddar, a gouda, a halloumi. So that's why I've actually just gone without. But I'm also very conscious we have quite a bit of cream. We have the raita, we have the tandoori chicken. So I wanted to just contrast with no cream. So fresh, something that's sharp. And personally, I sit with this bowl as my starter, my main, and my dessert.
So holding you out throughout. Okay.
That's it. So we're going to get cracking on here as well.
Love that. So then as soon as you put that in, when I think of this rice, essentially, for me it kind of is reminiscent of a savory rice. Now, how close is it to a traditional savory rice where you put the turmeric in the white rice and you just add your mixed veg?
So that's the boil factor. Here we're doing the fry factor first, and we literally almost like a risotto. Actually, you'd be frying the rice before we add in the water. So plain water, no vegetable stock, no chicken stock. You really just want plain water because you don't want to eliminate from the spices that we're going to be frying.
Nice.
So I'm going to plop in some ghee. And I think the key thing about ghee is you don't need a lot of it. And ghee is actually not that unhealthy. Ghee is actually keto. It is actually paleo. And it's actually quite healthy for you.
Love that. Okay, let's go in.
So we're going to get some red chili. And again, red chili doesn't add heat. It flavors the oil. So you add like a very warm to it. So you can put 2 or 3 of the red chili. So again, we're going to put our whole spices in. We're going to get some cloves in. So 4. Cardamom. These things are evil. If you've eaten a biryani or a bani chow, these things are bombers.
And you bite into that. Ooh.
Have you seen the memes? I've seen the memes.
And most importantly, you see the face expression.
This, if you want, it's nuclear. It's bad. So don't, be very careful, but plop it in there, so 2 there. So it adds a sweetness to it. Some peppercorns, that's, and I know you deem it in Western, but in North Indian, a lot of Gujarati, Punjabi and Rajasthani food have a lot of pepper in it. In fact, if you wanted to even add in some freshly ground pepper on that watermelon salad, you could.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
So, and then I'm going to add in some whole cumin. So the key here is to start smelling that, if you can smell that. So Spice Mistress means you need the heat on, so, but not to burn them, of course.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the critical factor. And you can hear that crackle, and that's a crackle, and you're starting to smell this this woodiness, and I think that that's the critical thing. Now, what we're then going to do is just add in our peas. So frozen peas, fresh peas, your choice. If you've got the fresh peas, just a kind of get them into some hot water for a little while. If it's frozen, just plop some hot water in them, soak them, and strain them. So we're just going to plop our peas in with some ginger and the garlic.
You can already get the smell coming out. The flavors are just exploding here.
Yeah.
And this is what you want in the dish there. That you want, as soon as you take the first bite, that the flavor just comes rushing at you. And you're going to enjoy that meal with all your other dishes involved.
I love that. And as we were speaking about all this flavor, you're adding alternative types of flavors when it comes to that watermelon dish.
Yes.
I mean, Tumi, how far along are you on that side?
Here we're basically bringing in the sweetness, the coolness, but also a bit of the heat and the warmth in the dish, so you can enjoy something that is so balanced that it's actually an assault in your mouth.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. So then what you've done here with your rice, you need to wash this rice 3 times. So we've already got ours pre-washed.
Love that.
So pre-wash that rice. You've got to get that white starchiness out because that's where the starchiness is.
Yes.
Must be careful. You do not want a palau starchy. You want the grains
to stand
separate.
out, yes.
That's it.
So essentially 3 times over, you wash it, take your time. It's a labor of love.
It's a labor of love.
Okay.
And that's the most difficult thing about this dish, girls. You have got your peas frying with your ghee and your spices. You're literally going to fry like a risotto. So this could be deemed an Indian risotto.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Italian community now going to tweet us. So you're going to get that in there. And what I love about rice, less is more.
Yeah.
Because we've now flavored this rice, and this is going to pot full. 2 cups of rice can feed up to 6 to 10 people. If it's a side dish, this could feed potentially 12.
Wow.
Which is what I love.
Because we've got huge families, and essentially it takes a village, so let's feed that village.
So this is a value for money dish. The critical thing with your liquid going in, as I mentioned, just warm or hot water to speed up the process. But now for every cup of rice, 2 cups of liquid. And that's your kind of ratio that you use with basmati
1
rice.
is to 2.
That is it.
Okay.
So in here, you've got your 4 cups of hot water. And you just literally plopping that in.
Nice.
And you can season at this point with some salt. Thank you, Chef Tumi. And
Those aromas are just amazing. I wish South Africa could actually smell it. Those flavors, that levels of flavor and aromas is just amazing.
that's it. And they're simple spices, but they become complex with heat.
Absolutely.
That's it. And what you're literally going to do now, out there, you get a lid on, and you're going to cook it on low heat for about 20 minutes, but don't stir too much.
Okay.
Because we don't want to break the grade of rice.
Yeah.
So literally you've got a 20-minute wait, but you can finish prepping up that salad. And again, I like finishing dishes and they just cook on the stove as you carry on with other things.
And you live your life. You know,
And you must live your life.
And that's when you get the dining room table ready, you get it set, because everyone now is going to start rolling in. The family is ringing that doorbell, even those unexpected guests. But don't worry, we've catered for you. And essentially, that's what we're going to be doing.
Absolutely.
It's time to enjoy our food. Thank you so much, Chef Tumi, for holding us down there as sous chef. And of course, we've got our head chefs, Harmand and of course, Sadika. Thank you so much. And Mzansi, I hope that you've headed over to our website and you've gotten all the details to whip up this Indian-inspired cuisine. But we're going to be sitting down in our dining room and chatting to this beautiful couple coming up.